Now become a fashion style icon. That was an accident. Look, I've always been into fashion ever since I was a little boy. My mom raised us in church and we had to dress up to go to church. So I always thought that a suit was necessary, I've always been into it, and now, because of a couple of pictures that went viral, I'm now the king of fashion. That's alarming, and that's come a long way, because really all I wanted to be was a king of comedy, man. That was really it, I kind of been popping up all over the place lately, trying to keep up with the queen herself, the one and only Miss Marjorie Harvey. She's a bad girl. I'm married to a bad girl. So really I had to start dressing up just so I could keep up. That's what it was really about. I didn't want to look like the fat old man standing next to her, so I had to do it. So I always say, look, if you look good, you feel good, you do good. That's always been a philosophy of mine. But feeling good and this transformation you see on the outside wouldn't have happened if I didn't start with the transformation on the inside. I've been struggling with it for long enough. I've been keeping it quiet long enough. I've been living in the body of an old man long enough. It really hurt me to say that, but I was starting to feel old, But I found a solution, and I found more than a solution, everybody. I found out what was actually causing it. And I noticed that it was happening to a lot of my friends, because I got a group of guys that I hang out with, and we gather a couple of times a year. And I started noticing some things in them, and many of them had the same condition, And this is something that's not talked about anymore. And it's a target spot on your body where aging takes place. And we're going to talk about it today. It might be a little uncomfortable for some of you. It was for me, but we got to get into it. And we're going to talk about it because it's revolutionary. I had faith that I would find a fix for it, because I did. Once I started doing something, I never give up. I learned that all my problems started in a part of the body that nobody ever talks about or even remembers from their 6th grade science class, and you are not going to believe it. I feel like I have the cells of a person in their 40s, and I actually do, because my blood work says that now. My doctors tell me, Mr. Harvey, you have the blood of a 38-year-old man. And that's like really good for me, So I found something that turns back the clock on a micro level. Now, it wasn't long ago that this is how I looked. See that? That's that view. You don't really see yourself from the side. Have you ever got out the bathtub or the shower and you walk towards the mirror? When you're walking towards the mirror, you look absolutely fantastic. But if you turn to the side, I was in the mirror one day and I turned to the side and I thought somebody had came into the bathroom. It was actually me. That side view, it really messed me up. And it went online and it got out and I said, okay, who the hell is this? I said, I got to do something about this, man. This is not who I thought I was, because I feel young. I act young, my mind is young, my verbiage is young, my body was getting old, man. I said, I didn't even know that I looked like that. I didn't even like what I saw. And I just wasn't feeling like myself anymore. Everything hurt. My back was hurting. My knees was hurting. I was struggling. I was winded going up steps. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yes. Please don't make me point at you. Just say yes in the quick, yes. There you go. And I did. And especially in the morning, right when you get up, that's when you know that age is coming to get you. Because in the morning, you just can't. Remember, you used to just spring up. It wasn't happening anymore. No more jumping up. I had to get up. Then I had to make sure everything was working. Then I had to make sure everything moved. Then I had to make sure, okay, don't snatch right here. I wasn't sleeping well. I was lacking energy. I was exhausted all the time. I had the moments when I couldn't focus and my brain was foggy. You ever feel like that? I mean, I think everybody goes through it in the process. Some of us age earlier. I mean, this can start for you as early as 30. You can start noticing the change. Not to mention, I love eating. Man, I love food. I'm a foodie. I'm married to a foodie. I just love eating, man. And my gut just wasn't right. I can't even eat the things I used to eat. Stuff I used to eat. Now when I eat it, there's a price I have to pay. And I was sitting around, I was always irritated, I was always bloated. I felt like I was hitting rock bottom out here, man. And then my life, my career, my family was as good as it's ever been. I mean, I couldn't have got it any better, but I was losing, and I wanted that feeling inside of my body to match what was happening in my environment. Got a great life, great family, great career. I wanted my body to reflect that. And then those wake-up calls started coming. You ever notice when you start getting a little notifications, your body gives you notifications, and I started getting them, and one of my very best friends passed. When I lost my golfing buddy on a golf course, that was the wake-up call for me, and it really shook me to my core. And then I was just sitting up there, and I was dealing with that, and then what happened was, I was in my basement playing with my grandkids, and my sons were down there, and I was sitting in a beanbag chair. And then something happened, and I tried to get out the beanbag chair, and it was eating me. The beanbag chair had actually swallowed me up. Let me tell you, it's a certain age where you just need to quit sitting in beanbags. I didn't know I had reached the cutoff point, but I got in that beanbag, and I was actually in a fight with it, trying to get out of it. And by the time I stood up, I looked over there, and my sons were just bent over laughing. You know, these are the same cats that I used to beat in basketball. I could beat running. And I decided that I was not going to let old age just come take me away, that I'm going to fight back. Because I can get up out of a beanbag. So you know what, I started practicing getting up out the beanbag. Seriously, I went out, when they went home the next day, I went down in the beanbag and found like cool ways to get out. Because I said, man, this will never happen to me again. So I started thinking about the fact that I wanted to be able to pick up my grandchildren for the next 10, 20, but really 39 years, because I'm banking on being here another 40 years. That's the goal. God willing, that's the goal. I want to catch them if they're falling off the couch, you know, if they're on the swing set. I want to be out there and push them and catch them, you know. I want to go to their prom. You know, I want to be there at their high school graduation, man. I want to see them get out of college, achieve their dreams. You know, that's possible, but you got to be here to make that happen. I know I needed to fix something because I wanted all that vitality and energy out, because I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm on the air from 6 to 10 every single day. I'm a morning man. You turn on that radio, you want the jokes, you want the laughs, you want the information, you want the inspiration, so I had to be that.
If you wake up with gratitude, it affects your attitude, which is in direct correlation to your altitude. Get your tunes together, man. This is the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Look, I wake up, I go to the gym, I do 4 hours of radio, then I go and I take 4 TV shows, and that's my whole day. On top of that, I'm somebody's husband. That supersedes everything. Somebody don't care that I've had a long day, that I've talked all day. We have things to talk about when I get home. I got to have energy for that. Every now and then, man, I want to sit down, enjoy my life. I want to try to get in a little bit of golf. You know, 2 of my best friends, I've known them all my whole life, and they had just come for our annual reunion. They had a couple of guys that I have to send, when they come into town, send wheelchairs to the airport and stuff like that. And I started going, wait a minute, man. And then a couple of guys wouldn't hang out because they had to go to bed early. I said, why? What you got to do in the morning? No, I go to bed every night. I said, what time? When it's dark. Wait a minute, man, we don't have parents anymore. It ain't like when the street lights come on, you got to be inside, you know. They just got old and they just go to bed early. Now they were struggling with their health, man. And it kind of hit me hard about that. And I couldn't stop thinking about what all of my friends were going through. So I kind of reached back out to them, and we formed a health group. So the same group that I hang out with, that I'm able to talk trash with and have great memories with, I want to have them for a long time. Because, you know, you can start losing these people, right? I would have my nutritionist talk with them, my doctors talk with them, my specialist talk with them, my trainer talk with them. But I also sent my health squad on another mission. I wanted them to please find me somebody that had the answers to everything I was feeling. All right, everybody, listen, I want to introduce you guys to Dr. Bashira Ahmed. She has a PhD in natural medicine. She's the director of my health and wellness team. So let me ask you this. What did I say to you?
Mr. H, you told me that you were feeling awful and that you knew something was wrong and that it could be fixed.
Tell everybody everything I tried.
You did keto, you did cleanses. Remember when you did the 1,200 calories a day?
Yeah, when I was on suicide watch. I didn't really understand what 1,200 calories was, but it's a little bit of food. You have to eat all your food with your front teeth. Because you can't afford to get done caught in none of it. So you, 1,200 calories, you got to eat.
Yes. You did vegan. You did the raw diet, paleo. There really isn't probably a diet or a wellness trend out there that you didn't try. And you actually tried a lot of exercise trends too. Because remember when we convinced you to do Bikram yoga? The hot yoga?
You know, have you all ever done Bikram yoga? First of all, it's the most difficult form of yoga. I don't think you should start there. But you're in this room, it's 104 degrees, and you're supposed to burn a lot of calories. The problem with Bikram yoga is they try to put you in positions that the human body can't do. And they have a little instructor up there. You know, she 97 pounds. You know, she bent back, she got her head on her butt. And I went, if my head touches my butt, I'm actually in a car accident right now. You got to get me to the hospital, because if my head ever touches my butt, immediately medevac me somewhere.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was living my best life professionally and personally, but I was dragging. I was just going through it, man, and I knew something wasn't right, and so I felt like I was living in this body of an old man. And it was getting tougher and tougher to lose the pounds over the years, I found. And because all the old tricks I used to use, they just stopped working, you know. And for me, a guy known for his endless energy, and all of a sudden losing it, it was like having my worst nightmare come true.
You asked me to find a new answer, a new technique, something to help solve the mystery of what was going on inside your body.
Yeah, and then you found one of those video Facebook chat groups for me to join on one Saturday morning. The topic was men's health. I listened, and what I heard from one of the doctors absolutely stopped me dead in my tracks.
Yes. I remember you got so excited while you were on the call, and you started texting me, and you said, Dr. B, please find this man, find that doctor. I think he has the answer.
Doc, how you doing, man? Appreciate you, man. So, Doc, tell me something, man. What did you think when your office said Steve Harvey's on the phone for you?
Man, you know, it was pretty surreal and unbelievable. But I knew that if we worked together, I could change your future and your life. And what was really important when we sat down was that you really opened up to me about everything.
Yeah, man, because I had to tell the doctor what was really going on with me. And for the first time, I wasn't able to drop pounds like I used to. I used to just walk for 2 weeks and boom, I'd lose 5-6 pounds. And then 2 weeks later, I was in shape, and that just wasn't happening anymore, man. And I had been up and down in my weight my whole life, but this time was a little bit different.
Yes, this part of the body no one talks about also affects the rate you burn those carbs and calories, which causes some of those weight loss issues as we all deal with when we age.
And you gave me the fix for all of it.
I'm going to tell you about a really simple solution and one thing that you can do to improve your health right at home.
I love it, man. Folks, I'm telling you, this guy really changed my life. He really did. And now he's going to change all of yours, too.
It's something that plagues millions of us, and it's so easy to fix.
All right, Doc, what is it? Everybody's on pause. On you. What is it?
You had mitochondria decline.
That's right. That's what I had. Sounds like a mighty decline. You had the mitochondria. Yeah, that's what I had. What is it, Doc?
Mitochondria.
But first of all, on a serious note now, what are mitochondria?
So mitochondria are these tiny little structures in every cell that creates its energy. And they are so important for your overall health. And if these tiny itty bitty parts of every cell in your body, your mitochondria, if the mitochondria is in decline, your whole body performs poorly.
Okay, so Doc, explain to everybody that's watching and everybody out there how this really works.
It's kind of complex, but I'm gonna make it so easy for you to understand. So simple, in fact, that I promise you and everybody out there, they're going to be experts by the time we get done with this video. These tiny little mitochondria, they turn the food that we eat into that crucial energy for your whole body. Here's how it works. When you eat food, it goes down your digestive tract. Then your digestive tract breaks it down into smaller pieces. Once your food is in those smaller pieces, it's actually these little guys, the mitochondria cells, that convert it into energy. That energy is called ATP and is what powers your muscles, your heart, your brain, and gut, everything in your body. The scientific term, again, is ATP, but you know, I like to keep things simple. So let's call it the miracle molecule, okay? And this miracle molecule is truly miraculous, as you found out, right? And when a cell needs energy anywhere in your body, from your heart, muscles, brain, or gut to function, it comes from that miracle molecule produced by your mitochondria. Now, problems start to happen, like the things Steve was suffering from, like weight gain, brain fog, fatigue, gut issues, when your mitochondria become damaged. When these mitochondria are damaged, let's say rusty or broken, they can't produce enough of this miracle molecule to power the body. So how do the mitochondria get rusty and broken? There are three crucial things that can damage them. Let's call them the mitochondrial destroyers. They are key to understanding your mitochondrial health. The first mitochondrial destroyer is the standard American diet. We can all attest that we probably don't eat completely clean, right? But the standard American diet, processed foods that come in cans and boxes and packages, you know, we can feel that that's just not good for us, right? Our cells are unable to maintain the flow of that miracle molecule. Even foods you ate when you were younger, like a lot of sugar, can damage cellular tissue and mitochondria for a long time to come. We didn't know that we were supposed to eat anything different. But back then, it wasn't our fault. You know, it's just stuff we grew up with. But now that we know it, there's something we can do about it, which we'll tell you about in a few moments. The second mitochondrial destroyer is, unfortunately, something that we all have to deal with: aging. And while we can't reverse or do anything about aging, the good news is that we can slow and reverse mitochondrial aging. You see, as your body ages, so do your cells. And just as some cells grow faster than others, some age faster than others. So communication can break down between the cells and our mitochondria, causing them to become less efficient at functioning, and that's when accelerated aging happens in your body. And maybe why Mr. H was feeling like an old man, right? But when the mitochondria are young, they communicate well, like in the early days of a relationship. But over time, like a marriage, communication can break down. So just like in a relationship or a marriage, you need to find a way to restore that communication to help solve this problem. And the third mitochondrial destroyer is another thing that is almost impossible to avoid, and also another thing that nobody really talks about, but it's toxins. It's the toxins that build in your body over time. It comes from things all around us and things we use on a daily basis that we can't help. So think about it. All three of these mitochondrial destroyers, aging, the standard American diet, and toxins, are damaging those ever-important mitochondria and destroying our health. And if those mitochondria are damaged, they aren't able to make enough of that miracle molecule that's so crucial for every part of our body. When your mitochondria is rusty or broken in your gut cells run slower, and you may have symptoms like indigestion, bloating, irregular bowel function. When your mitochondria is rusty and broken in the brain, your brain cells run slower. You have brain fog, your thinking is labored, and you have trouble focusing. When your mitochondria is rusty and broken in the cells of your heart or muscles, you run low energy, endurance, and strength. So the key to better health, and the millions who are struggling with these common symptoms, is to get those mitochondria fit again. They are all tied to your mitochondrial health.
So let me ask you this, Doc. How do people know if they have mitochondrial decline?
It's simple. They felt like you did, right? Which are common symptoms, right? So maybe they feel exhausted, they're bloated, their bowels are irregular. In fact, the number one symptom I hear coming from both men and women is fatigue. People believe it's just because they are getting older and aging, but most of the time, it's just mitochondrial decline, and no one realizes it.
You don't really know what it is, you know. But by the way, let me ask you a question. What did you start seeing in my body after all those tests?
When we got everything back, it was chaos.
Yeah.
Right, and we discussed how that looked.
It was not it was an unhappy moment for me. You know, you're talking to your doctor, and, hey man, so what you see? Chaos. What? You know, you start thinking, you're like, man, I'm in really bad shape, you know.
Your body was in a chaotic state. I'm sure you felt that way as well. Your mitochondria were underperforming and fatigued.
I mean, now I understand, you know, exactly why I was struggling with all of these things. You know, I had low energy, my focus wasn't sharp, I was off, I was fatigued, I really wasn't sleeping well, I was just missing my old vigor, my strength, even in the gym, because I like going to the gym. My stomach was always hurting, I stayed bloated, I had problems in the bathroom, I felt bloated, irritated. I mean, who knew, you know, that this thing called a
took me 12 times to even learn how to pronounce it.
We got it though.
You know, and they're mighty and they're responsible for everything in your body, man. I get it now. And your health is all about your cells' health. You got to get healthy on this cellular level, man. And it all starts with the mitochondria. If you strengthen the mitochondria, it leads to optimal energy production. It rejuvenates the cells. It helps the body function. All of it gets happening at a peak performance level.
So now that you understand mitochondrial health, the next question is how do we fix the mitochondrial decline?
Okay, that's it. What is the solution? That's your job, Doc. Tell everybody.
So think about it. Since mitochondria turns the food we eat into those smaller pieces into that miracle molecule, then we need to feed and re-nourish the mitochondria with the right nutrients and foods to make more of that miracle molecule to keep your body working optimally. So the healthier the mitochondria in your body, the better you'll feel, the more energy you'll have, your focus will improve, the more robust metabolism you will have, which ultimately means you may lose weight easier again. And if all of that wasn't enough, healthy mitochondria have also been linked to longevity.
Well, you know that's exactly what I want, man. Will it help me live that dream that I told you about? I want to reach 104.
I remember, absolutely. I've closely studied blue zones and their secrets to longevity. These are areas of the world where there are large percentages of people living to 100 and older. Research has shown that groups of centenarians living long lives in Japan, Greece, and Finland have optimal mitochondrial function through healthy lifestyle practices.
All right, finally, this is it. Tell everybody what it is.
All right. Mitochondria can be recharged by feeding and cleaning them out so they work better. I call it giving them an M charge, which stands for mitochondrial charge, of course.
Okay, now, before you think that he's going to say, oh my gosh, it's not some crazy diet that you gotta go on. It's not a bunch of pills you gotta take. It's nothing like that. I promise you, folks, it's simple. In fact, this mitochondrial recharge, it only takes about 30 seconds a day, folks. For me, did you do a mitochondria makeover?
I sure did. My plan for you included a whole range of vitamins, antioxidants, binders, amino acids, and other nutritional compounds that are all crucial for mitochondrial health. But I have 3 secret superhero ingredients my research has found that works best. So number 1 was fulvic acid. This is one of my absolute favorites. You see, first you need to clean up your cells before you recharge them. And one of the best ways to do that is with fulvic acid, which is a powerful cleaning agent and a robust antioxidant that also has great digestive benefits. Fulvic acid is a natural compound that's formed when bacteria in soil break down plant material over long periods of time. We used to get plenty of this hundreds of years ago, but sadly, with the rise of factory farming over the past century, the amount of fulvic acid in our soil and our diets has virtually disappeared. Recently, scientists who had a hunch this lack of fulvic acid could be causing the extreme rise in obesity, digestive issues, and excess fatigue for millions of people's diets. Now, numerous research studies have proven fulvic acid increases the good bacteria in your gut and significantly improves digestion, while also setting the stage for that mitochondrial recharge. In fact, scientists found in one study at the University of Leipzig in Berlin, a group of men and women who supplemented with fulvic acid over 30 days had increased the good bacteria in their body by an astounding 30%. That's much more powerful than pretty much all probiotics.
Okay, like a superfood. Give it to me. What is superhero ingredient number 2?
Remember that ATP, the crucial energy that our mitochondria makes that we call the miracle molecule? Well, once I detoxed your cells with fulvic acid to set the stage for that mitochondria recharge, I gave you the only natural compound clinically proven to increase the amount of ATP in your body. It's called ElevateTP, and it's made up of ancient peat, which like fulvic acid also used to be found in healthy soil. When studied in a lab against a placebo with dozens of people, ElevateTP increased blood levels of ATP, or your miracle molecule, by 40% after just 1 hour, and by 28% after 3 hours. After decades as a medical professional, talking to hundreds of scientists and medical colleagues, ElevateTP is the most powerful ingredient for fighting mitochondrial decline, and something that immediately helps you feel less fatigue and more natural energy.
Okay, so what did you recommend for number 3?
Well, once I cleaned up your cells and had your mitochondria creating more miracle molecules, and you were feeling more energy, better in your gut, less brain fog, I had to make sure that you had something that would slow down the mitochondrial decline for good. Since I know you can't eat perfect all the time, avoid all the pesticides in our environment, or fully prevent cellular aging, so the last ingredient I recommend was something called pyrroloquinone. But us doctors in the know just call it PQQ. PQQ is a compound found naturally in fruits like kiwis and is also found in healthy soil in a few parts of the world. What makes PQQ so amazing is, across a multitude of clinical studies, PQQ was proven to increase the number of mitochondria in your body. In fact, the scientific journal Nature has published that PQQ is essentially a new vitamin, and the National Academy of Sciences in 2018 identified PQQ as a longevity vitamin necessary for long-term health. So with my powerful mitochondria recharge plan, we did these 3 things. Number 1, I gently cleansed your cells with that fulvic acid for immediate improvement in your digestion. Number 2, I increased the amount of ATP, or miracle molecule, your mitochondria produce with that Elevate ATP for immediate improvement in your energy and focus. And third, I multiplied the number of mitochondria in your body with PQQ. So those were the 3 superhero ingredients specifically studied to target mitochondrial decline, but I soon discovered a list of common foods that also helped with mitochondrial decline. And as a bonus ingredient, I gave you something called Bacillus subtilis to target those tummy concerns. It's a powerful probiotic that repopulates the good bacteria in the gut. It helps support all those issues you had surrounding your digestion, like regularity, stomach concerns, and bloating.
Yeah. That was it. That was really key for me. And I'm sure for everybody out there. Well, I mean, I know it works, man, because my focus was sharper, my brain fog had improved in just days. It was just really amazing for me.
There was an added, right? So one little extra I put in the plan for you was also a little something for Miss Harvey, right? Maca root. It's known
Gotta get that maca.
Is known as an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
And for the king of love.
Yeah.
Right?
So now everybody wants some now.
Yeah.
They writing that down. Maca, aphrodisiac. Yeah, that was I really appreciate that. You know, I'm that dude. I'm a TV star. I'm a star in the bedroom. It's just a lot going on right now.
Well,
yeah. Make sure you don't cut that off the tape either. Put that in there. I just made that up. I just felt like, you know, sometimes you do stuff for your own ego. Ain't like you can disprove it. And she ain't here to say, well, no, he ain't. So, man, sometimes it was like 20 pills in the morning, and I was taking 30 pills in the evening. And I kid you not, I was taking that many supplements because, as you say, I was in so much chaos. And it was just a huge undertaking for me to just do that. That was one of the complaints I kept saying to you.
Absolutely. And, you know, I love you, and I love the text that you would give me early in the morning about the 30, 40 pills that you were taking.
Yeah, they were very Christian-like texts, though.
Yeah. But, you know, the team, we were up for a challenge to, you know, give you what you needed, but also try to break that down, too.
Well, everybody, Bashira's back with us. Now, you know, she has a PhD in natural medicine. So I just kept trying to find a way to make it easier, man. And there's got to be a better way. So do you remember when I had that crazy idea, though?
Oh my gosh, how could we forget?
I said, put all the pills in a smoothie. Just make a smoothie. Then I could just drink all of it at once. Boom, get it over with. Put some bananas in it, some berries in it, you know, apple. Just put it in there. Drop a little stevia in it. I'm thinking of the health stuff I can contribute. Make me a 50-pill smoothie and put it in there. Some of the pills was called like hell. Some of them was called defecation. Some of the pills was urine. Some of the pills was pus. And just put it all in there and just make a smoothie out of it. That was my idea. So I'm gonna put Dr. Santana on the spot right now. We were kind of trailblazing here. We ended up with like 50 pills a day, something crazy like that. And I don't do that anymore. I figured it out. I don't do nothing like that no more. I want you all to know I'm changed. Look, everybody, the changes I felt, it just blew me away, really, because I knew I needed to open up about the whole story with everybody today. You know, sometimes, you know, you got to share your mission. Sometimes you ever hear old people say, you know, in order to have a testimony, you got to have a test. I had the test, and I passed the test. And now today I have something to share with people, something that I can give to the public and they can get some benefit. And you're going to find out about the secret of how we were able to minimize all these steps into just one simple addition to my morning routine. But before we do, we need to tell you even more benefits that it gave me and it can give to you.
Yes, and I think we all remember the day that you called us and you said that your stylist said that he had to pull in all of your pants because you had lost so many inches in your waist. Remember that?
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? That's a round of applause. Thank you. Take in the pants!
So feeding those mitochondria even helped you lose all the weight that you had been struggling with for so long. So that's just another benefit of getting your mitochondria healthy.
I still have goals that I'm going for, but I really wanted to gain more energy, and I also ended up losing a few inches off that waist, which was great because my side view is not as troubling anymore. It's the side view that's troubling, folks. We all look good head on. But please, do yourself a favor at one point today. Turn to the side. Stay there. Don't run. Ain't nobody in your bathroom. It's you.
So if you can care for your mitochondria properly, it may also help you feel like you're 20 years younger again. You may even feel like you have the cells of a younger man.
I mean, I felt better. I really do feel young. I hear compliments, but I actually defy my age. Yeah. I don't act 65. I try not to look 65. I don't walk 65. I certainly don't have the energy of the average 65-year-old person. I mean, we all know somebody that's 65 that really you got to go, hey, man, you need to do something. And I just didn't want to be that guy. And I just wanted to share it even more with people because it really, really touched me in a special way. My father's favorite saying when I was growing up, best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. That message resonated with me, man, so hard. So I've always tried to be what I wanted to inspire people to. And, I found a way that I can help everybody. I know people don't know how or have the means to get it done on their own or how to even take the first step because I had the means and the ability to take these steps. But I know the average person, they don't have the information. They may not have all the resources, and that's the thing about it. I knew I had to find a way to take everything that I was taking to make me a new man into one easy drink. That was the mission, something that everybody, your son, your husband, your wife, your dad, your mom, your aunt, your grandmother, your grandparents, everybody. So I said, find the best world-class researcher in the supplement business, formulate the perfect drink, and they sure did, man. But it was not easy, folks. I'm telling you, it just wasn't. My team looked for over a year to find just the perfect person to make it. We tried a few different folks, and every time, something wasn't right, and then they introduced me to acclaimed Harvard-trained scientist, John Lyon. And that was a game changer. This was the guy who formulated hundreds of all-natural products that have changed millions of people's lives, And once I met this man, I knew in my gut that he was the guy to do it. You like that pun? I knew in my gut. You like that? Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote that in my gut, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to keep you alive, folks, that's all. And folks, here is the man himself, the amazing wizard of formulas, my buddy, Mr. John Lyon. Welcome, man.
Thank you. It's good to be sitting here with you. So, Mr. H, how do you feel since you've been taking all these supplements that the team gave you?
I feel incredible, man. I really do, man. I can only say thank you, man. I just feel like a man who's 45 years old. Really 40. Am I pushing it too far? Yeah, 45. Okay. That's good. My energy's back, man. I feel stronger. I got more vital in every way, and talk about my digestion. It's just great, man. I'm a new man, I got a new stomach. It's changed my life. It's steady shrinking. It's going down some. It ain't all the way down, but, at least I'm no longer in my first trimester. You all have waited long enough, right? I mean, you gotta want to get to it. So let's get to my greens. Here they are, everybody. My very own Elevate You Greens by Steve Harvey. Because folks, look, I'm telling you, I believe in this thing. I put my name on it. I will not put my name on something that I do not believe in, that I absolutely do not love. People count on me, and I'm not gonna let you down. Okay, so John, so what's in there?
I'm glad you asked. So we studied all the superhero ingredients that Dr. Santana used to make your mitochondria healthy. And so we designed a special one-of-a-kind complex to feed those cells and mitochondria. And we called it the M-Charge, so you know you're getting your mitochondria charged up. I included everything that the doc gave you in our drink, plus so much more.
My gut has never felt calmer, I've never felt cleaner, and it's just keeping me regular too, which is important.
That's right, that's right. It's just another side benefit, really, of the product. You know, we sourced the most premium, diverse group of the healthiest greens, and we made it a full serving of greens in each drink. I included kale since it's such a nutritional powerhouse. I don't know if you guys know this, but studies have shown that kale outscores others in this amount of fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals. It has vitamins A and B, which are powerful for mitochondrial health, along with vitamin C and K. I included a host of other fantastic greens like spinach, beets, broccoli, there's celery seed, wheatgrass, barley grass, spirulina, chlorella, and alfalfa. So that's 10 in all.
You know, I really needed them to find a way to get this kale into a drink, because I don't know if you've had a raw kale salad before. I've tried it, but I found that it works best if you're a four-legged animal. Chewing kale is a little bit challenging. And I don't know if you've ever had wheatgrass, but you really can't just drink wheatgrass. Have you ever had it? It's shocking. I mean, it's a shock to the system. So to put the stuff that I really didn't enjoy, but I knew was absolutely critical to my health, to put it all in one drink, and then the audacity to make it taste good, I mean, that right there was just a bonus for me, man.
We also tracked down the best superfruits because they have off-the-charts antioxidant potential and superfood superpowers that's necessary to clean and feed the mitochondria. Our blend includes tart cherry, which is one of my personal favorite ingredients that helps with exercise recovery. And then we also included wild blueberry, cranberry, strawberries, and grapeseed. And all these antioxidants are super key to cleaning the rusty mitochondria and keeping your whole body healthy.
I love berries, man. I like berries. I like it better when it's in a berry pie, though.
We also searched the world for the best mushrooms with incredible healing properties. And a little of the maca root, too, for the sex drive.
Some of y'all might need that out there. Not me. You know, I actually, like, really, man, like when I drink it now, I'm actually, hell, I'm too much man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Huh? Feel me now. Gluck, 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 gluck. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's that dude. Yeah.
In all, there's over 30 superfoods with superpowers. It's the best of the best from all over the world. Each one of them has powerful health properties.
Well, man, I got to tell you, man, you did a great job. You really did. A super blend that made me feel like Superman all over again. And that's why my grandkids call me now Super Paw. I'm Super Paw. No, they really do. They think I'm Super Paw. And as you know, man, my doctor, Doc Santana, had me taking all these, and it changed my life. And I'm so glad everybody now got a way to feel the same way too, you know, in one simple, easy way. Let's move on to the taste of everything, because I really tortured you with one thing. I needed for you to find a way to make it taste good, man. And I know what everybody's out there thinking, you know, all those green drinks out there, they taste gritty, they taste grassy, they're bitter, you know, they just taste greeny, you know what I mean? I want to look good, but I want to, you know, I don't want to drink gorilla urine. I just wanted something to taste good. So I asked you to go back and figure it out, man, and how to make the kale taste like chocolate. How to make kale taste like chocolate. Anybody love kale? I don't. And he made the greens taste like cherries.
When you came with all those taste suggestions and things that you wanted, I really was thinking, I don't know how in the world I'm gonna make this, you know, kale taste like chocolate. How are we gonna do that? And honestly, we almost gave up. We tried hundreds of different combinations, back and forth, and trying to figure it out. But I think we finally got it figured out. So what you think?
So I'm gonna tell you, this is really good.
All right.
I'm just not the guy that's fake. If you've seen me on TV, my face tells the truth all the time. I can't. So this is it, man. This is really, really good flavor, man.
Good.
The one that surprised me the most was tart cherry. Now, I did not understand making something that was tart cherry. I just didn't seem appealing to me. But they said, Steve, you've got to try this. And so I tried it. I'm going to try it again. It's really almost my favorite, but still like the chocolate. And you know, it's good, it's easy to stir, it mixes extremely well, and it's got an incredibly smooth texture.
It's almost like you're getting your greens in every day by drinking this without feeling like you're eating greens.
Yeah. That taste is so delicious, man, that you won't even realize that you're eating greens. I mean, I think even my grandkids would love it. Yeah, we'll see. And it tastes as good as a chocolate shake or a berry smoothie out there. And you don't have to just trust me and John. Let's hear from some lucky taste testers out there who tried it for a month.
Since I started drinking Elevate You, I have had constant energy.
The way I feel after taking Elevate You, it's something I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. It just makes me feel that much better than I did before.
Because of Elevate You, I have been able to hit my weight loss goals. I'm 15 pounds down now. I started at like 215 and now I am 197.8. Elevate You has gave me enough energy to walk, to ride my bike, which I haven't done in about 5 to 6 months, and not feel exhausted.
I've got the whole team here with me right now, and guys, hearing how much those people love it is absolutely incredible. Thanks to everybody who tried it out there. And I brought the price down to the lowest it will ever be for the first exclusive offering in an effort to reach 1 million people. That's the goal. So help me reach that goal. Join me to ignite a health and wellness revolution together, everybody, because you've waited long enough. Dr. Bashir is here, and she's going to tell you right now while I enjoy my new drink.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. Now, you can order Elevate You greens made by